Hello, my name is John Mayo. I am a professor of economics, business, and public policy at Georgetown University's McDonough School of Business. I'm also the executive director of Georgetown's Center for Business and Public Policy. Together with Glenn Warwick of the University of California, Berkeley, I have served as the co-editor of a special issue of Information, Economics, and Policy. The special issue is on the wireless communications industry. Now, in 1983, when wireless communications commercially began service in the United States, very few people would have appreciated how transformative it would be for our personal and professional lives. After all, the very first phone weighed over 2 pounds, was referred to as the brick phone. It had a purchase price of $4,000 and had airtime charges of over $1 a minute. With those sorts of numbers, many people believed that this would be a specialized niche service that would really only be taken up by the very wealthy and those with specialized business communications needs for mobility. But we sit here today in 2010 with instruments, devices, handsets, and services that are much smaller and much lower than we ever dreamed imaginable. Today, a wireless handset weighs only a few ounces. And with a contract is available at normally a price of $0 or without a contract for only a few $100s. Handset devices have evolved from being voice-only devices to ones that now seamlessly integrate voice, data, and video. And the price of usage has dropped from that initial $1 a minute to 5 to 5.5 cents per minute on average. The marketplace has dramatically responded to those numbers. Today we have over 276 million active subscribers, customers in the United States, and there are estimated to be 4 billion mobile communications users worldwide. But as dramatic as those statistics are, it really masks in some ways the nuanced ways in which mobile telephony and mobile communications has altered our lives. You only need to think about the traffic jam you might be in on the way home today to think about how mobile communications has altered your life. Today, we can simply call ahead to your spouse and say, I'll be a few minutes late for dinner, or call your child and say, I'll be a few minutes late picking you up from soccer practice. If there were an emergency on the side of the road, your ability with a mobile telephone to call 911 allows for quick, easy, and accessible dispatch of emergency personnel who may be able to use your mobile device to pinpoint with GPS accuracy the location of the emergency. And we only need to look at business people to think about how in the old days we had dead time between sales calls or business meetings that are now filled productively by people downloading text messages, downloading their emails, drafting documents, and working with the internet to see what the evolving market conditions are in the workplace. Now, there have been a lot of changes, no doubt about it, but the economic focus on this industry has lagged a bit behind. We estimate that traditional incumbent industries such as, let's say, the electric utility industry, have had over 10 times as many articles written over the last 20 years about them as have the mobile communications industries that exist both in the United States and around the world. Today, what we hope to do with this special issue is to bring additional light on this industry. We do so with a variety of articles that focus on a number of economic dimensions in this industry. Whether you're interested in demand-side issues such as substitutability of wireline for wireless communications, mobile communications, or supply-side issues such as innovation and technological change, we think you're going to find something of interest. There are also articles on input markets, in particular on spectrum markets and the evolution and growth of secondary spectrum markets, and on access charges and access pricing. And finally, of course, consistent with the journal's mission, of information economics and policy, the articles all have policy relevance, including the very controversial subject of wireless net neutrality. We think you're going to find a lot to like about these articles. Enjoy.